it was, but Papa had a scavenger hunt set up to dealing with the train set. There was a list of things you had to find, and you had to take pictures of it.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
And I think it was me and you did it together. Me and somebody did.
I think it was us.
Because it had a list of, you had to find this, like, in the carnival area, or this or that. And we had to just go through and take pictures of, so there's just another memory of them rolling around the train set.
Back to the motorhome, I think of this, in fact, this is one of my most reoccurring grandparent memories, is that I think our parents were like in the middle of a divorce and we didn't have a car, and we'd come out to 449, and I think the station wagon wouldn't start, or there was complications with your vehicle, and we were deciding, trying to figure out how we were going to get home, and 4 boys, and I don't even know, I guess Tammy was around, but we just set our minds to riding in that motorhome. And it must have been some force of 4 children just whining about a motorhome. And we all got to ride in it, and we thought it was so grand to pull up into our neighborhood and get out of a motorhome. We were celebrities. And I think about this because of all this gas prices stuff, I don't know what it was like back then, but I would just cringe at some children trying to get me to drive that thing across town. And I was just thinking about it last week. I think we all owe you like $15.
Talking about the motorhome, this is kind of more of a question, really, but I seem to remember, like, my first experience with a cell phone. I remember Mom calling Grammy and Papa when they're on the road, because, like, when I really start remembering, they were traveling a lot. And I remember a roaming code, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
Yep. Did I make this up, or so? If they were in, say, Phoenix, you had to dial a roaming code and then the area code or something. And I think about this now and again, and just kind of wonder how much of this I really remember correctly, but they obviously don't do that. So was that instead of the area code, or?
I don't know that we dialed a roaming code. I know that it would say roaming code.
Yeah.
Well, no, I remember Mom having to know the roaming code, because like she was going to call them one time, but didn't have the roaming code or something.
Boy,
I don't remember.
That.
All I remember is I think it was a bag phone that they kept in the motorhome.
Oh,
and,
I know yeah.
And it was like when technology first came out.
It was a portable.
Yeah.
Screwed it all up.
Yeah, I think we can all blame Papa for our love of gadgets. You always seem to have the latest gadgets, and I think we can all blame you for our love of gadgets and the expensive toll they take on our bank accounts. You had what did you have? You had video cameras before most people, and you had the motorhome. That's a big gadget. But
all of his camera gadgets.
All the camera, the
cell phone,
super fast SLR, and
the bells and whistles on the railroad, computerized
VCR, all kinds of things. Not that you ever watched TV. I'm not sure why you had a VCR. I don't think I've ever seen you watch TV.
I don't think we ever used to when we were over there either.
Great. Lots of good memories, Dad.